welcome to Amazing Amazon and Captain TV. Hope you enjoyed the last episode of the show. Yes, I trust you did. Yes, today is another beautiful moment to have another conversation and to get inspired by another Amazon. So welcome on board, call your friends, family, neighbors, and tell them it's about to get started this evening. I am Tosin Adeyemi. Being a career woman can be challenging, especially when you have to combine motherhood, lots of, involvement. And you want to be a career woman, you want to successfully thrive as a career woman. There are so many barriers today, so many challenges. Today I'll be speaking with my guest. She is a veteran TV personality and actress as well. She has been in this creative sector for over 15 years. And she's a mother, a wife. So how is she doing this? How is she coping and thriving successfully in her career? So she'll be sharing her story with us first. Thereafter, we move to how to be a successful career woman. So join me on the interview segment. Welcome to the interview segment, the discussion part of the show. And today, my guest for today is a broadcaster, an actress, a voiceover artist. To cap it up, is a TV personality. And she pioneered the first Yoruba TV breakfast show. Can you guess? All right. It is called Owuro Lawa. So when you hear the word Owuro Lawa, our mind goes to no other person but Mrs. Oluwafeyikemi Niyi Olayinka. So nice to have you.
Thank you very much.
Hope I pronounce your name.
Yes, Oluwafeyikemi.
I pronounced like a Yoruba lady.
Yes, you did. You tried.
So nice to have you.
Thank you very
much. But first, let me ask you, a broadcaster, you've been doing this for many years.
Many years.
How does it feel like being on the other side of the chair? You know, this is what you've been doing like all your life, but being the interviewee,
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, let's meet you. Who is Mrs. Oluwafeyikemi? We want to know because we've been seeing, yes, wow, we know her, yes, she's an actress, she's an OAP. We want to know you properly.
How do I explain myself? I'm a woman of many parts. Like you rightly said, I'm a television presenter. I also anchor events. I do MC jobs for both corporate and individual events. I'm also a voiceover artist. I do translation in Yoruba, and I'm a model, and I'm an actress, and last but not the least, I'm a mother and a wife.
Wow. Wow, you own all of this.
And more.
And more. So more is still coming, so viewer anticipate. All right, so tell us, how was your childhood like? We want to know you better right from your childhood, growing up, till you becoming, because today I want us to talk about what we need to do as women to be a successful career woman. You know, women, especially those that just got married and they have a career to pursue, you know, marriage, motherhood, all of that, being an hindrance. So you'll be telling us how to be a successful career woman without one affecting the other. Yes. Okay. So let's start with you first. I want to meet you. Describe your childhood.
My childhood was wonderful. I was born almost 50 years ago in the ancient city of Ibadan. Funny enough, I'm from Ibadan. Both my parents are from Ibadan. So born, bred, buttered, everything in Ibadan. I had my primary education, Trinity Home Nursery and Primary School in Ibadan. Then I proceeded to St. Louis Grammar School, Mokola. I left secondary school in 1991. Then I had a stint, let me just say like a year, at the Polytechnic of Ibadan. Then 1994-95, I got admitted to the University of Ibadan.
All your life, Ibadan.
Ibadan. And when I finished 98, I was posted to Yobe State. And then we had this Mytasthenia crisis in Nigeria then. So my mom was like, no, you're not going up north anybody. So I had to stay back a year. And 1999, I was eventually posted to Lagos for my youth service. So I did my youth service at the police
college
training school under the Lagos State Police Command, 99-2000. My acting career started in 1992. That's like, how many years ago? 30 years ago.
Yes, I guess.
Yeah, I started my acting. Then, like I said, I was in the Polytechnic of Ibadan.
But what did you study back then?
Funny enough, what I studied has nothing to do with what I'm doing now.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So what did you study?
Geography.
Geography?
Yes.
Wow.
At the university.
Wow.
I did my master's in medical geography.
So what happened? What's like pushed
I've always loved the arts. I've always loved everything that has to do with arts.
So definitely you didn't pick the course for yourself then?
When I was in secondary school,
yes.
It was my mom. My mom. It was like, no, I just want, because when I did my junior WAEC in 1987, was it 87 or 88? I had straight A's. I had like 14 or 15 A's.
Wow.
The only course I had C was French. And I said I wanted to do arts. Even the vice principals then said, look, you fare better in the sciences. So I went to the sciences. I excelled there too, because I love mathematics. I love calculations. So from there, I went to the Polytechnic. I read marketing. So from there, I moved to UI. I did geography. I actually wanted to do economics, but one thing led to the other. So I went for my second choice, which was geography. It all started in 1992. I followed a friend. She said, oh, my cousin is with some theater people and they're doing rehearsals. So she wanted to go and see him at the rehearsals. On getting there, we were told that they were actually auditioning for some roles and they were expecting people, but the people they put the advert out for, many of them did not turn up. Okay. So I was just asked to read one or two lines that, okay, just read this, you read that. And in the process of my reading, I got interested in the script. And after the rehearsals that day, the man, Dr. Bode Showande, now Professor Bode Showande, asked if we were interested in taking part in the drama, and I said yes. And that was how I started stage production,
drama.
I started from the stage. So from there, we did so many stage productions like Mami Waters' Wedding, Afamako, Monkey's Gold, and some other production. That was 1992. 92, 93, 94, I was doing stage, and all that while, it was like a running battle between me and my parents, especially my mom. My dad was indifferent, but my mom was like, no child of mine is going to go to theater, because they look at theater people as unserious lots, like jobless people, like no future ambition. That's how they perceive them then. So I was doing stage and I was going to school. I was at the Polytechnic of Ibadan then, but because of strike, I was supposed to get to UI 93, but because there was so many strike then, so I eventually entered the university 93, 94 session. So while I was in school, we had strikes again. 100 level, we were still doing registration. We went on 6 months strike. After we came back, we had the first semester exam, and by the time we resumed for second semester, we went on 9-month strike again.
Wow.
So it was during all the strike, I was back into my stage production, because then Dr. Bode Showade wasn't a lecturer in UI. He was just doing his production outside the university campus. We call it Odu Themes Meridian, you know. So I was going for my theater stuff, and we go for rehearsals. Until one day, I just left the stage, and someone just tapped me and said, someone wants to meet with you. So when I go outside, I met this young man. His name is Demola Aremu. They call him Papa Demi. He works with the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. He's still working there. So he said, as I was just passing by, I heard your voice, and I was like, this voice has to be on radio. Then they were trying to resuscitate the FM arm of Radio OYO in Ibadan. You know, it went off air for some time, so they were trying to bring it back after rebranding and stuff. So they needed presenters on the radio station, the FM arm. We had AM, FM, yes, and the television. So he told me that he would want me to come and meet his boss, Mrs. Folashade Ogedegbe, the wife of Best Ogedegbe. So I went there, and the woman said, oh, we are not auditioning now because there was embargo on employment. So after some time, just continue coming. I mean, it wasn't the time of GSM that I had. So I was like, after I went there once, twice, she said, not now, not now. I just lost interest. Until 1995, when, okay, we were back in school, and one day I was just like, I had nothing doing. Let me just go to BSOS and see what they are doing there. So on getting there, I was in, like I said, I read geography. So I just got there. I was in t-shirt and jeans, and I saw people seated in Mrs. Ogedegbe's office. And she said, oh, were you informed? I said, what? Today is the auditioning. I said, I'm not aware. I just came. I had nothing doing in school. I just said, let me see what is going on here. And she said, you have to wait because audition starts at 10 and this is to 10. Wow. There was no way I could go back home to change. So I wasn't really, you know, I just said, okay, let me just try my hand on what they were doing that day. And I was given the script. I was told to read, and we were called into the studio. We were asked to face the camera, and I did all what I was asked to do, and I left. I didn't even wait for anything. I left, only for me to meet one of the people that interviewed us about a week later. I just greeted him. The man is late now, but people that knew WNTV, WNBC then, they would know Nelson Ikpaye, Baba. We call him Baba Nelson Ikpaye. I just greeted him, and he was like, do I know you? I said, yes, that I was one of the people you interviewed at BSOS last week. He said, your name again? I said, Feyikemi Abodunrin. Feyikemi Abodunrin? I said, yes. Why did you leave that day? I said, after I did my audition, I left. I said, why didn't you wait? Because that day we already penciled down your name, that you're one of the people that we're going to employ. I thought it was a joke. The next day I got there and I was given my letter.
Wow.
And that was how I started training as a broadcaster. That was 95. And to God be the glory, I was there. I was put on radio. I was asked to go on television. I said I didn't want television. I don't want anybody to know me. But I was put on television. I was trained by some of the staff. We had to do training. They brought people from FRC in and stuff like that. So gradually, I got my mind and everything got into the job. Until 1997, when I was on air, we had a lecturer in UI then, Dr. Larry Akinleye. He's late now, and
you're really good at remembering
most
names.
of the time, he will see me, he will say, "Geographer, kilo wani broadcasting." I will say, "Sir, ohun mi ni sir." You know, the man encouraged me. He was a lecturer in the communication and language arts, and there are times when maybe I'm on air and reading news, I mispronounce a word. He will write it down, and he will call me and ask me to pronounce it, and he will pull my ears and say, "Bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ náà ṣe ń pronounce it." And along the line, he bought me Daniel Jones Dictionary of Pronunciation, just to encourage me, you know. So he just told me one day that some people want to meet with you. They had they have a project, and I want you to take part in the project because they want you in the project. Oh, I said, anything you say, sir, you're my oga. I said, okay. That was how I got to meet Uncle Tunde Kilani of Mainframes Films and Television Production. I was told he saw me on television, and he was like, "This is the Ashake we've been looking for." You know, as a duty continuity announcer on television, then we normally open station like 3:34 in the evening, and by 12 we are off, unlike now that we have 24 hours. So he just came to Ibadan. I didn't even know they were auditioning. You know, I said after I got myself engrossed in broadcasting, I didn't bother going to theater again. But they had put audition something at the billboard and everything, that look, oh, we need actress, we need. So we were going for audition. I was not aware. I didn't even know until he saw me on television, and he was like, "This is the Ashake we're looking for. How do we get this lady?" And Professor Akin Mishola is late now. Said, Larry de ma ba yin wa, omo Larry de lo ma je, you know. So he just told Dr. Akinleye that we saw Oluwafeyikemi. They said, but she's in geography. She's not in my. How can a geographer be? But because you the same UI, yeah. So just came to call me, and I was called to come for audition. I went for audition. I didn't even put any mind into it. I just did it, you know.
So doing
I had my usual self, and I left. Only for Dr. Akinleye to come back to the studio 2 weeks after with this bulky script and said, "Ku orire o, you are taking the role of Ashake." Boom, just like that. Ha! How do I do? I've never been on a movie person. I've never been a movie person. It's just stage and television. And when you're in the studio, it's just you and your camera. Yes. So my first movie was Oleku, and we shot it in 1997. And since then I was still in school. I was in school. I was a student. I was working in BCS, but because of the rigor of the production, I had to drop the BCS stuff and I concentrated on the movie. We shot it for like 2 months, and after that, just look, I'm going to my final year. Let me just forget work and concentrate on my education. Yeah, so that was why I left BCS, and both my broadcasting career and acting career, I can say they are interwoven. Yeah, up to now I still act. Up to now I still do
they go side by side.
Yes.
But I would like to ask, what the reaction of your parents, especially when you got your first job? Yes, the FM job.
Oh my God!
What was their reaction to it? Since they never wanted you to be a TV person or a radio person, a broadcaster,
anything generally in the arts.
Yes.
I remember the first day I was
I'm very sure that it must be a war.
You know, I was in school, so I was sneaking to the studio.
So they didn't know about.
They didn't know until when I started reading news. Wow. So it was on one of the weekdays. My mom was dressing up around 6:30. We normally have this national news 6:30 in the morning. Okay. So I was like, "Good morning. This is Feyikemi Aboduri with the national news." She was in the room. She said, Baba Feyi. According to my dad, though, he said, Baba Feyi. Ṣé ohun Feyi kọ́ ni mò ń gbọ́? My father said, kò jẹ́ jóhùn, kò jẹ́ jóhùn. Geography lọmọ ẹ̀ ń ṣe ní UI. He said, àbóyún orúkọ papọ̀ ni. My father said, maybe orúkọ papọ̀. Ohun ìjòhùn ọmọ mi lè gbóhùn ọmọ mi tí. She just dressed up. She came to school. I told my roommates, anytime my mom, I'm in class, come and watch the faculty. Me, more yet class it on. She rushed down to school. When she got to the room, she only met one of my roommates. That one said, oh, she had gone to class. I said, hey, okay. I want me to class. That one said, it's a very big faculty. We don't even know the particular class she had.
And there was no phone then?
There was no phone. So immediately I came back, she just left a message. See me today unfailingly. Immediately I came back. My roommate said, your mom came this morning. I said, Momo, Mama, what? You should see her today. I said, me? See her? No, I'm not going anywhere. I went for my lectures and everything. After like 3 days, she didn't see me. So 3 days later, she sent someone to school. I didn't oblige her. So after a week, I saw her coming. I went to hide because I know my mom. Hi, a typical Africa, a typical Yoruba mother. I knew then that if she had seen me, she would have disgraced me in school because she would be shouting, "You when you want to go work out, kidiko." So I had to go to my auntie, who was the lecturer in UI then. I told her. She said that she will follow me home. She and Dr. Akinleye eventually followed me home. We had to plead with her. Dr. Akinleye said, so she now said, yeah, you must write an undertaking that whatever you are doing will not affect your school, will not affect your results, will not affect your studies, and which I did. And to God be the glory, I did very well. Despite the fact that I was working and I was schooling at the same time. Then when the theater thing, when the movie thing came on, it was another war. It was another war until the day we were now doing the premiere. Yes. Okay. Until the day we now did the premiere of Fully Cool. The Vice Chancellor was there. Everybody was there. And I was called to the stage with other actors and actresses. I didn't invite your parents. They came. So my mom was just crying. She was very happy. Everybody were congratulating me. And I stood beside her. I said, oh no, Shetiri. And she was happy. And I just thank God that the Lord has been with me all these years. Our fear then was that, actresses, they don't make good homes, that they are not, most of the time, they don't have good husbands, or they are not good homemakers. To God be the glory. This November will make it 20 years.
Wow.
That I got married. My children are doing well. They are doing fine. My first daughter, funny enough, she's reading theater arts at LASU. And my second daughter, she said, she wants to be a chef. So anything they want to do, I said, I will support them. Unlike my parents then that didn't support me.
Parents should please support their children, whatsoever they want to do. It's always very good, you know. You can't just imagine like spending 4 years, I guess, studying geography, then eventually becoming a broadcaster, you know. That's to say, whatever will be. Yes. Exactly. Okay, now being a broadcaster, an actress, do you still act today?
Yes, I still.
So how do you now handle the stress? The stress,
it's been in me. It's been part of me. It's always been a part of me. It's always been a part of me. Weekends, most weekends, I'm out.
And the time when you're supposed to go on location, and are you also supposed to be in the studio? How do you manage
most of the times,
your time?
My colleagues handle the studio while I go on movie location. That's why we are 4. Okay. Because I have colleagues that we do the program together. It's not myself alone.
So now, what makes you unique? Like being as a TV personality, what makes you unique? What makes you different?
What makes me different is because I believe so much in myself. I believe in the ability God has given me. I can switch from Yoruba to English conveniently, effortlessly. That's what made me unique.
All right, we'll go on a short break now. So when we now come back, we'll now talk more about to be a successful career woman, the things that we need to do and things that we need to know. All right, viewers, stay with us. So we'll be back after this time out. Don't go nowhere. All right, welcome back to the final lap of the discussion part. So yeah, I've been speaking with Mrs. Oluwafeyikemi Niyi Olayinka. So now let's talk about a career woman. But before then, I want to ask a question, because I know that in the field of your work, there must be challenging moments.
Yeah.
In fact, situations that is way beyond control. What are the challenges that you have faced being a broadcaster?
The first challenge I had was acceptance by the viewers. You know, when you are going into a terrain that nobody has ever ventured into, that is Yoruba breakfast show. We had the challenge, even the television station that we went to then, I don't want to mention it, they were just like, Yoruba láàárọ̀ kùtùkùtù, you know. But to God be the glory, under 3 months, the program became the flagship of the station. It got to a stage, people were calling the station the program. You know, instead of calling the station, they were calling the name of the program, you know. So that is one. Secondly, getting sponsorship, getting adverts on the show. We had challenges. Then we overcame all that. And the third challenge that we had, and which I know is not peculiar to myself alone, but to everyone that has early morning show, is the security situation of the country. Twice I've been robbed on my way to work, you know, attacked in my car. So I had that. But aside that, I don't think there's any challenge that is insurmountable, you know, so.
Okay, so now talking about, because I know that for a woman to thrive successfully in his career, there are some things that you need to put in order, put in place for you to be a successful career, especially when you're married, you know. So, but let me ask, how do you combine marriage, being a mother, a wife, and still a broadcaster, OAP, model, you know, all of that?
The first thing I did when I met my husband was I told him that I would still want to retain my job, what I was doing then. And he said, no problem. That's even because of he saw me in the movie, that was why I got interested in me. Then secondly, I would want to encourage our ladies, our girls out there. If you want to marry anybody, marry your friend. Yeah. Marry someone who is very supportive and who will support you no matter what happens. Marry your number one cheerleader, that no matter what happens, he will always be by your side. Marry your confidant and marry your best friend. All this I saw in my husband, and even before we got married, anytime we go out, he would tell me, you are the one in the public, so please just leave me at the background, let me be doing my own. And over the years, even when I had issues at work and I get back home, I discuss with him, he will be the one to advise me, okay, why not do it this way, why not do it that way? And so so far, God has been with us. God has been our main support. And while I was bearing children,
that's especially.
There's no way you can do it alone. We had some support system. We had 1 or 2 people living with us. Like I said, for a program that starts 6:30 early in the morning, definitely I have to leave home like 5:30. And sometimes,
as if your house is not even far.
That is if your house is not far, yes. That means I have to leave home by like 5:30 because I have to be in the studio by 6 to do my makeup, to get my brief for the day. And it's a live show. And so I had 1, 2 people living with us, with my husband at home to coordinate, okay, bath the children, the school boys will come and take them to school and stuff like that. Now the children are grown. I have my mom living with us now. So all those support systems, we need them, especially the elderly people.
Like grandmas.
Like grandmas, because the Yoruba I'm speaking today, that I'm using to eat, that I'm flexing with, people find it difficult to believe that I did not read Yoruba in school. It's because I stayed with my grandmother.
Okay.
I mean, and all these values that we are losing, I mean, when you stay with elderly people, they will teach you on like, you know, career women, or let me say, we young parents. There are some things we just, your grandma would never take that. She will just tell you, no, this is the way it's supposed to be. So all this value and everything, they are helping us to inculcate back into the children.
Okay, now, so you have answered your own question on how you were able to manage your home and your listen. Now, to people, to women who are about to embark. You know, we have some ladies that they feel like, oh, I can't combine career, motherhood, you know, it's always very stressful.
It is stressful.
When you first have your first child, you know.
It is.
You know, going with pregnancy to work and all of that. Even some husbands will say, please stay.
Stay at home.
So because I know someone that said, I decided to be done with my motherhood journey, childbearing, before I faced my But is it possible
it depends on
for you to like do both simultaneously?
I was able to do it.
But you had support system.
I had support system, yes. I will not tell you I'm superwoman. No, I had support system, but it's possible to do it. Okay,
now you said the first thing is to marry your friend.
Yes.
Marry someone you can that is your confidant, someone that can support you. So aside that, what are the other things that we need to know to be successful in your career?
To be successful in your career, you need to, you know, there is no job that is static. It's dynamic and it's evolving. So you read more, you learn more. One of the things I was taught as a broadcaster is know a little about everything. Know a little about everything. And there's no way you can know a little about everything if you don't read or you keep your ears to the ground to know what is going on around you. There are times I will have a guest, this one will talk about politics, that one will stand up, someone will come in, will talk about economy, that one will stand up, someone will come, will talk about religion, you know. So you must be able to know a little about everything. That means you have to read wide. No matter your career, you know, they say, oh, lawyers, they read till they die. Broadcasters, we read till we die. So you should be able to know a little about everything. Be evolving as your job is evolving, be evolving. Look at social media now. I mean, when I started my broadcasting career years ago, there was nothing like social media. There was nothing like WhatsApp. Even we didn't have telephone except the land phone. And just, we can count the number of houses that had telephones then, and it was land phone. But look at what is going on now. So life itself is not static. And as a career person, you don't have to stay in what you were trained 30 years ago. You just have to evolve with it as it is evolving. So train more, go for more lectures, go for more training, go for more studies, so that you'll be able to stand anywhere and say, oh, I know what is going on. You can't just rubbish me or rubbish whatever I'm doing. So,
okay, now let's talk about women who their husbands do not support their chosen career. Like, okay, just like, okay, that was off camera when we were having the chat that, yes, you need to marry your friend so that they will not say, oh, the kind of people you're relating with in the field of your work, like your clients, your customers, that the opposite sex, that maybe your husband, if your husband doesn't trust you, or your wife doesn't trust you, you know, you'll be like, oh no, I don't want this. How can you be, no, I don't want that, I don't want this. So now, we have some men like that, you know, that'll say, no, I don't want you to thread this path because of insecurity.
That's just it.
So what should such a woman do? Like, this is the career that you love, even before the husband met her. That was a career she had chosen. But immediately they got married, the husband said no.
That man doesn't love the woman. The man doesn't love the woman. It's not easy for someone that wants to. It's just like you are taking what's this plant? Like you are taking a banana sucker from the riverside and you are going to plant it in a desert. It will die.
Sure.
Such a woman, she may not die physically, but emotionally, everything, you have killed her. You have choked her. You have destroyed her destiny. So I would just appeal to such men. I'm appealing to them. Leave your woman. Let her thrive. Let her flourish. You'll be proud of her. I told my husband, I said, see, all over the world, people hear Niyi Olayinka. Who knew you before I got married to you? You know, it's the truth. It's the truth. Who knew him before I got married to him? But till tomorrow, anywhere, everywhere, Feyikemi Niyi Olayinka. Because his name is Niyi Olayinka. Women, we are supposed to be your helpmates. And in everything, you are supposed to be our helpmate too. Yes. So whatever we are doing, I mean, God created us equally. It's only that the sex are different. So you have your destiny and I have my own destiny. They'll be saying, no, behind every successful man is a woman. Behind every successful woman, there should be a man. Yes. There should be a supporting man. So I will appeal to our men. Leave your woman alone. Let her fulfill her destiny in life.
Okay, so now let's talk about some of the challenges faced by a career woman, because we've seen some women who are a working class mom and they've decided that they will not look back. That even motherhood will not allow them to look back. Because we've seen people who quit their job because of marriage and all of that. So, and we've seen some who actually quit their marriage because of their career. So not everyone knows how to balance these two together. Yes. So that is why we need to know how to balance these two. Okay, you have a supportive husband. Fine, your husband supports you. Now, okay, go and pursue your career. But what about the kids? Who will take care of the kids? We have some men that will not even allow a nanny in their house. That will not even allow maybe someone even staying with them. I know a friend, I said, the husband said, in the next 10 years, nobody is staying or living with them. And you want to pursue your career. So how is that even possible?
The man is selfish. It takes a selfish man to say all that. That means he himself too will not be going to work because we have to take care of the kids. No. It takes a selfish man to say something.
And you know that there are some men that will not allow any other person to
live
prepare their meal. To prepare their meal.
Yes. That one is even different.
Okay.
But to say that you don't want any outsider, even your own family, to stay with you, do you want to kill your wife? It's not easy. Taking care of the children, it's a job that you're even supposed to be paid for. Not to say taking care of the home front, taking care of everything in the home. It's not easy. Even when our mothers, you know, a man will have like 3, 4, 5 wives, just to take care of the children, to take care of the home. Not to talk of Lagos or maybe a cosmopolitan city, I don't know, wherever people are watching us from. And
but what
it
if
takes a selfish
you now
man
have
to
that
say
kind of a spouse? How should such a person manage herself?
I would say this in Yoruba.
Okay, maybe I'll translate. I'll try.
Oh no, I would still translate it,
Okay.
but it's like a proverb. They will say, "Tó bá kọjú sí ẹ, kò tá. Tó bá kọ ẹ̀yìn sí ẹ, kò tá. Tó bá kù wọ nìkan, kò tún èrò ara ẹ̀ pa." You know what you want for yourself. You know your vision for yourself, what you envision yourself to be. You know your mission on earth. It depends on you as an individual. I know some people, they will say, okay, the next 5 years I want to take care of the home. I want to start bearing kids. I will not do any work. I just want to take care of the home. And in 5 years, they will have like 3 kids. They will take care of their kids. And after 5 years, they go back to their career. But for you to say, oh, totally, I'm going to neglect one and face one, it will not make, personally, it will not make me a fulfilled person. And I love to be fulfilled.
Okay, let's go to the aspects of work now. Being a career person, you know, some people will say that for you to be a successful career woman, all these women, is a lie, it's all this oga, they are having a kind of a carnal knowledge with them.
No.
There is that, and those successful woman that you see that does not have that kind of backup. So we have that kind of mindset. And we have women who are actually facing that, even in their line of work, just to get to that peak.
How do I advise such people? One thing I always say is that there's nothing you get by cunning way that you will not eventually lose out. Eventually. If you are not straightforward and you are doing such a thing, along the line, a man that asks you out and say, oh, if you don't date me, I will not give you this job. Definitely, tomorrow another person will come and he will rubbish you. As a woman, I believe we should be able to stand on our feet and say, I can do it. And we can do it, with or without men breathing down our neck that, look, except I date you or whatever. No, all those sexual harassments, they will not work. We are in the era of social media. You can trap such a man through his conversation. You trap him. Yes, you can plant a camera in the office, and then there are so many ways you can get rid of such nuisance, because I call them nuisance. There are many ways you can get rid of them, and you still face your career and you excel.
Okay, so let me take you back to the home now.
Yeah.
We've seen women who are successful, who are doing well in their specialization, but they tend to be like the breadwinner of the family. So being the breadwinner of the family, they pay school fees, bills, and all of that. And this discourages some men even from supporting their wife. Whenever, especially when they know that, this woman is like earning higher than me and is more, that is getting more salary, and they feel like, oh no, I don't want you to go through this life. This discourages a lot of people. Some women who are earning more than their husband, and they tend to be bossy.
Arrogant.
Yes, bossy over their husband. Even their children will know that, oh, it's the mommy that is paying our school fee. This discourages some women as well. So don't you see that this is something that we need to all sit down and have a talk?
For every woman that is doing better than their husband, the only thing I can just appeal to them is that they should take it easy. Men, they have ego. Men have ego. And if you continue doing that to your husband, one day the man will just take his shirt and walk away. You won't have a home again. You won't have a family again. So I would just advise for every woman that is doing better than the husband financially, we all know the economic situation of the country. For every woman that is doing better than the husband, I will appeal to them to take it easy on the men. And for the men, because some men are very, very lazy. Some men are lazy. I will call them
Gold digger.
gold diggers. Some men are gold diggers. They don't want to work. Once their wife is working, they will just relax. Ìyàwó mi, she's making money, so I don't want to do anything. For such men, they are no longer the head, because it is the hand that take care of the home that God will bless. God will continue to bless the woman, and God will make the woman your head. So for such men, if we have men that are genuinely working, but they are not making as much as their wives.
Yes.
To such men, I want to tell them God will bless them. And to such women that are doing better than their husband, and they are not
Arrogant.
they are not arrogant or proud or bossy, I tell them God bless them. And they are not doing it for themselves, they are doing it for their kids, for the children, because whatever you do, your children are watching you. And that is how they will grow up, and that will be in their subconscious mind. When you grow old, your children may tell you, oh, we saw the way you were treating our dad then, so you had the money and we have the money now, so we won't take care of our dad. It happens. So we should just learn how to balance it. The economic situation of the country is not making it to be easy on men now.
Yes.
But for every supporting woman.
I hear that the same men also cry.
Men,
but you
the
see the tears.
frustration.
You see the tears.
Most men are
cry within.
frustrated. They are frustrated. I mean, go out every day, you will see what is going on in the society. It's rather unfortunate, but I just pray God will help them.
Yeah, amen. All right, so now what would you like to say to especially people who are growing up, girls who are growing up now, facing their career and facing their studies? You know, girls now they are different from what we used to do.
The conventional girl.
Like this is the what will I call it? The Zoomer generation, what they call it?
Okay.
Is it the Gen Zs?
Gen Zs. Yeah,
Yes, the Gen Zs now. You know, lots of them, they're like, oh no, what's on the mind of a lot of people now? A lot of girls now how to use iPhone, you know, human hair, what they call it?
I've met ladies that told me they don't want to get married.
Yes, yeah, especially because of cases, divorce cases, we're seeing separation, and they are not even interested in marriage.
Men abuse women, you know, in marriage. So many women are in abusive marriages. So many of these young ladies are saying, oh, I don't want to get married. I don't want any man to subdue me. I don't want any man to be telling me what to do and what not to do. Well, it all depends on individuals, like I always say. I am not a moralist that will be telling you, this is, I will not preach to you. But whatever you feel it is good for you, please pursue it. Pursue it, or whatever you feel is good for you.
But you need to tell us what is good, because you know what is good.
I know what is good. Because
so tell us what is
biblical that you should get married and have children. But some people will tell you, no, I don't want to get married though, because I don't want any man to be telling me what to do and what not to do. And it, like I said, it all depends on individuals. But it is good if you get married to a man that has the fear of God. I'm not saying marry a church man, no. I'm not saying marry a church member, a pastor, but marry a man or go into a relationship with a man that has the fear of God and respects you as a woman.
That last word is so important. Respect you. Yes. Now, back to the question I wanted to ask, that the focus of the young girls we see now, it's
flashy things. Yes.
Flashy things, flamboyant. They want to live a very large life.
It's because the society makes
Why?
The society makes it so. If you are not flamboyant, if you don't do all these, let me just say it in quote, ephemeral things, that you are not there. There are so many people that are there, but they are not flamboyant. like
Yes.
like empty barrels make the most noise. All these flamboyant people, but you see rich people, wealthy, not even rich people, wealthy people, they don't make noise. Olówó kì í pariwo.
Okay.
Then ẹni tó bá nọ́gbọ́n kò ń pariwo.
Yes, that's if you are wise.
But it's a shallow person that believes that, oh, if I don't do this, if I don't do that, nobody will love me. You don't have to. The whole world doesn't need to like you. As long as you believe in yourself and you believe in what you are doing, just go on. One day, they will come back and appreciate what you are doing.
Lovely. Before we wrap up, I believe that for you to be here today, what has been pushing you, one of the things that has been pushing you till now is passion.
Yes.
Now, we have parents, just like what you said you experienced when you wanted to gain admission, as your parents told you to study a particular course which you do not like. We have parents who at this age and time still choosing for their children. That, oh, I want you to be a doctor, I want you to be a lawyer, I want you to be an engineer, stuff like that. I would say, we have so many soft skills, we have so many creative works right now. You might just decide that you want to be a photographer. You have professional photographers that are even earning more than these so-called white-collar jobs.
Yes.
But how do we enlighten parents of this generation to understand this?
I would want to appeal to parents that leave the children alone to explore themselves, explore and exploit their brain. My first daughter told me she wanted to read theater arts. The dad was like, theater arts? I said, if that is what she wants to do, let her go ahead and do it. And I encouraged her. She's in last 2 now, she's in 200 level. My second daughter, she loves cooking. She's a foodie. She said, oh, I want to be a chef. We were just like, chef. I said, if that is what she wants, I will support her. And I encouraged her. She was doing Ire's kitchen. She will cook, she will put it on the net. From age 8, she has been doing it. So now I tell parents, I want to please, Ejo, leave them alone. Let them do whatever they want to do. If you don't make mistakes, you will know the right path. So let them toe the path that they have chosen from God, from heaven.
Just support them.
Just support them with prayers. And if they need money, support them with money. If they need materials, support them with materials. And we have people who seemingly, there are some jobs you just overlook, but they are making millions from it. So
that's the kind of job that you say Olowo kì í pariwo. All right, thank you so much. I enjoyed every bit of our conversation.
Thank you.
So what will be your parting shot to people watching us? From Mrs. Oluwafeyikemi.
From me to you, be yourself. Whatever you want to do, pursue your passion. God will help you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So that's the word from our guest of today, Mrs. Oluwafeyikemi. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for coming. That's no matter what, pursue your passion and do not allow challenges, obstacles hinder you from getting there. Sure, there will be challenges. It's for you to be stronger. So this is where we wrap up the interview segment. We'll take a short break. Thereafter, we'll wrap up the show. Stay with us. Thank you so much for being a part of today's episode, and hope you learned a lot as usual. I know today you must have learned a lot, especially for career women who is also, juggling motherhood, career, and all of that. And hope you have learned a lot from our guest for today. It's so possible for you to achieve your dream, to achieve whatever you want to achieve. Just remain focused and do not allow distractions. Surely there will be distractions on your way, but if you do not compromise, you will surely get there. So this is where we wrap up the episode for today. Thank you for being a part of it. So till I come your way again next weekend with another amazing Amazon, I remain Tosin Adeyemi. Bye.